that in our India, pollution is increasing day by day. I just want to ask from you, who is responsible for that particular pollution? The population of our India.
In every sector, we have limited seats and jobs. How many people are giving the exam? 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs.
Women, smarter but still struggling. A girl's education is an investment. Beta engineer bano, beti ghar sambhalo.
Women are not inferior, they give the birth to superiority.
Hi everyone! Hi everyone! Guys, as you all have been given 7 minutes of time to prepare a 7 minute of group presentation. Okay? So I want a team to be here first. The team is going to be Team Deepika. That's a big hand. Well, if I talk about mountains, so mountains are the protector of our India because India has got peninsula region in our nation, in the world, right? But mountains are protecting us from the harmful winds which lead to the destruction of India because if the harmful winds are going to come, so it will definitely damage us. And here, mountains plays a vital role to protect us from the harmful winds. Similarly, if I talk about education, so the purpose of education is to empower us, in our life so that we can succeed in our future. And well, today I and my team is going to speak on the topic that is Indian education system. Well, talking about Indian education system, so India has got biggest and one of the prominent institutions like All India Institute of Medical Science AIMS and Indian Institute of Technology IIT and Sri Ram College and Hansras College and all this stuff, right? So these institutions teach us how to be a perfect human being in our life. But somehow we people or we Indians are lacking in our education system. I know education system teaches us to be a better person in our life, to be a successful person in our life. But somehow it is not letting us to be a successful person because it teaches us only the theoretical things because the purpose of education is not to earn money. The purpose of education is to learn how to be a better person, how to gain knowledge which can lead to the improvement of our life. And today my team partner will tell you about how this education system is not letting us to be a successful person.
Okay, so there are so many problems in our education system, but the major problems are that the lack of infrastructure. As we all know, in villages there are so many students. Like in one class, there is 70 students in one class, but there is no seats are available for them, and even teachers are not educated too much, and the education quality is too much low, and dropouts rate in India, like students are giving NEET, JEE, CMA, UPSC, even toughest exam of India, UPSC. Like why people drop out? They don't give exam after few attempts because there are too much competition in our country. There are so many competitions, and literacy rate is too much low in our country. uh, and there are like uneducated like teachers in schools also, and there are so many problems. And now Deepika will like tell about solution of this.
So, as Bhaiya said about the problems of our Indian education system, now I'm going to talk about that what can we do for solving it. First of all, that Bhaiya said about infrastructure. Of course, our school infrastructures are not good. Even my schools too. Like we can see that how 70 students are getting taught by one teacher. Like it is totally impossible that one teacher can teach 70 students and she can focus on 70 students at one time. It is impossible, and that's why sometimes it happens that get uh, get distracted by their friends too. Second thing I want to say that a same sex schools. Of course, in India we have more than 1200 same sex schools, and here you can see that how opposite gender can't they are not able to talk to each other. That's why we need to have a different what do you say core schools. And one more thing that is we have to teach our students that they are here for the learning, communication skills, personality development, and many of the things. Because if you see the schools, you'll get to know that they are only behind theoretical things. They don't care about that they're teaching something practical or not. Even in the school, you all are student, you can see that only one time we have got practical in whole year. Like how we will understand the concept. They are not getting it. And one more thing, that is, whenever we talk about our personality communication skills, so they don't even care about it. We have to focus on this thing too, because the thing they're teaching us, theoretical things, it is important, but we have to learn about ourselves too. Teacher have to what do we say, teacher teacher have what we ध्यान रखना चाहिए. Teacher have to focus on the student about their behavior too. As you can see in the academy, they are even teaching us. And even as we have said that teachers are not even that much qualified. What I think about this, that teachers are well aware with that subject, but not with the student. They don't know how to handle student. And this is the major problem.
We don't need a robots. We need a basic education. We don't need a lot of knowledge. We need a basic humanity. You know, in the ancient era, the motive of education is to being Manubhava. It means being a human. Also, because they focus on the improvement of human, not about the knowledge of. You must have about the K. Kamaraj. He was the chief minister of Tamil Nadu, who introduced the first time midday meal in 1950s. Did you know? By these efforts, its literacy rate of Tamil Nadu, it's increased by 10%. At that time, before K. Kamaraj this step, its literacy rate was around 18%. But after take this step, it's turned into 2 times, around 36%. Now you can think, our politician, if you take a step on these, so we can improve a lot. We all know that education is the backbone of our economy, is the backbone of our democracy. You must have about the Israel, who invests 5% into research and development. On the other hand, if you see India, it invests 0.5%. Now you can see the huge difference between 5% and 0.5%. That's why they can make a missile. They can make a capsule which can improve the human life. That's it. Thank you.
Guys, after listening these 4 members, I would like to call, they spoke on India's education system. Now I want people to speak on India's population. So let's have a big hand for one and only Team Bababi, guys.
You must have aware about the increasing pollution in our India. That in our India, pollution is increasing day by day. But I just want to ask from you that who is responsible for that particular pollution? I really do believe that AC can be responsible, that refrigerator can be responsible, or even the vehicle which is used on the road, that vehicle also can be responsible. But I do believe that vehicle or refrigerator or that particular AC can be 20% responsible only. But who is the 80% responsible for upcoming pollution? Definitely the population of our India. Well, hi everybody, my name is Pradham and here is my team. With me is going to talk about the increasing population of our India. Well, I do believe population is really responsible for each and every social norm or each and every bad thing which is happening in our India. Either it's pollution, either it's water pollution, or even the noise pollution too. Well, what about the education sector of our India?
So education system of India. As you all know that because of population, we are not getting correct education in schools. There are more than 70 to 80 people who are studying in a single government class of whether it be of 8th, 7th, 6th, any of the class. There are more than 60, 70 people and who is teaching them one teacher only. You know what? Because of education, because of population, we are like if I talk about IATCS, in that we only have 6,000 seats and more than 1.4 million people are competing for it. So that's the impact of population. You know what? More than 175 million people are unemployed, uneducated in our India. But it is the impact of population. People are giving the birth to the girls and they are not providing them education. So they are doing the early marriages of the girls, which is not a good thing. That you are giving birth to someone, you are increasing the population of country and also affecting the education of that person. You are destroying the life of a human being by giving birth to him. I want to say that people should learn the value of education for every human being and for every like every single person who is in this population. So, and I want to know that what's about healthcare system.
So as population of our India is increasing day by day, but what about healthcare system? Is the healthcare system, the quality of healthcare is increasing here or not? So, my dear friends, as each and every coin has two sides, similarly, healthcare sector also have two sides. The very first one is the positive one, because with the increasing population of our India, we are getting many of the schemes from our government for increasing health, for our better health. Many of the good doctors are there nowadays, and even the rural population nowadays is getting a better. Are these facilities going towards those needy people or not? So my dear friends, I'm so sorry, we are not reaching them out, because these facilities are lacking behind to those poor people who actually need that facility, that healthcare, those medicines they are actually they actually want. So we need to understand that how can we improve this healthcare sector, and how this healthcare sector can be improved. This can be improved just by educating with a better educating the people, our teenagers, our youth. And now I will like my other partner to continue the speech.
Okay. As we have listened about the education system of our India and the healthcare system of our India, so let's talk about the employment in our India. As we have seen, population is increasing day by day in our country, and we have seen even government is launching so many schemes like Agnipath and Agniveer, like that, for the students who are very we can say capable on in the going in the soldiers and whatever it is. But let's talk about the loopholes of that. In every, like, if I talk about y'all, everybody wants to success, everybody wants to be a successful in their life, everybody wants to job, everybody wants to do job in their lives. So can we expect from our country that are they giving that job? In every sector we have limited seats and jobs. But if I talk about the in UPSC, we have limited seats, and how many people are filling the forms over it? How many people are giving the exam? 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, and there are seats only 60,000 and the 50, whatever it is. And you can see most of the people, they are not selected in that exam. After that, they feel disappointed towards that. Most of the people, they attempt suicide because of that only. So that is thing we can see the condition of our India because of the population. India is, like, we can say, highest in population in all over the world, and most of the people feel proud that now India is on the first rank. But we should not, because of the population we have been facing so many problems, and if it should not be stopped in future, as well as our next generation would be face this kind of problem in their life too.
In conclusion, I would like to mention that, as my partner mentioned, that a coin has two faces. One is positive and the another one is negative. We should focus on both the positive and negative points. We should keep this in mind, keep this in our mind, to take chance and make our country proud of it. If we have the highest population rate, we should make our country proud of it. We should make benefit of it. If our country has highest population rate, we should participate and make our country more developed and civilized. India is the most powerful that can really make this India proud. Thank you.
So, guys, that's nice and lovely listening to these people out there. And at the same now, I would like to call the next group. They are going to speak on condition of women in India. So, let's have a big hand for Team Pinky.
Women's savior, queen, and destructor. As you know, India is known as the land of goddess. But let's be honest, it really that India is we treat ladies in India are treated as a goddess. I don't think so. The women have been treated in the theories but not in realities. As you heard about the quotation in everyday life, लड़कियों को इतना पढ़ाने की क्या जरूरत है? So I request my batchmate Tarun to continue the speech.
Women, smarter but still struggling. A girl's education is an investment, but somehow people think it's an expense for them. So, guys, as you must have heard about that thought, like, beta engineer bano, beti ghar sambhalo. Guys, a girl is well educated. She can manage a family, a job, a social life as well. But she still needs a permission to stay out late. That's the harsh reality, but it is true. Let's give a role play over it in interview only when women and men go in the interview, how this interviewer behave with them.
What's your salary expectations?
Minimum 40,000.
Okay. And do you plan to have kids?
Not.
It is bad, but it is the harsh reality. See, as you must have seen that interview. Interviewer wants that girl for his use. But when it comes to men, he was asking him, what is your salary expectation? So guys, I want my other member to speak over these kinds of things.
Hi everybody. I have a question for all of you. Does women really treated like a man in this society? Why? Because I don't know why. You know the land of godness India is. The beautiful line has written over there. Women are not inferior. They give the birth to superiority. You know the most amazing line written over there. It means she is capable to handle this world. Without women, we cannot expect this world to grow as much as it can be. Women are supposed to be God in this country, but still they are not respected as much as they have to be. Because in every field, women are nearly 49% in India, but still they are lacking in the fields, in the job, and in the parliament as well. People consider men because men are the conqueror of this world, but I don't think so. That is appropriate. Women are equal as the man, and they are very strong enough to handle all of the stuffs, all of the burdens. Let's go to the other teammate to tell you about more.
Women, the 50% population of India. You really think that if they won't be here, then our India would be the same? Definitely not. Ignoring the fact that a woman is the main reason why our world is going on, but even ignoring that fact, our India would not be the same. We consider women as inferior. We consider that a woman cannot do anything. We consider women are weak, but that's not the case. According to scientific theories, women are more emotionally strong than men. Women can handle things even in a better way than a man can do. Women can do much more as things as miracle as a man can do. So do we really want to treat them like that? Do we really want to treat them as they are being treated? You might have seen in our homes that majorly a father is the man of the house, meaning a father is the only one who is going to take all the decisions. Is it really a right thing? Not at all. Family contains of all, and everyone's opinion should be there. But this is not the reality. So let's do a thing that women should get rights not only in laws but even in reality.
Well, as they have mentioned that in India we have 50% of women population. Still, we are not developing, and even we are not developing just because of mentality only. We can see in India, people think that women are only made for the home stores, and they don't have the rights to go to the job. And we can see that in India, the crime rates against the women are developing like day by day. In 1 hour, 51 women are facing the crimes in one like in 2020 survey. We can see that around 61% of women were facing the problem. And we can see that in India the mentality of people are not even good, because we can generally see in the locality only. We can see that if women are walking in the street, so we can see how how men sees them, how they treat them, how they are how they are how how they stare them. And we can generally see that we can generally see that women are not supporting another women. Like, even if we see in right now, so we can find our mother is not supporting us to do the job. They are like forcing us to do marriage, like to get married. I don't know why, like, women, we need the opportunity, we need we need support. We don't need the people who says that women are only made for home chores. We need support and we need the opportunities.
Guys, I want to ask from the ladies sitting right there. Guys, how many of you have been told to carry that paper spray, the chappals, high heels? Because all the mom's advice works in that kind of the places. So that's why our women are being suffered from these kinds of local things. As my friend Pinky stated, like, women are being stared while they walk on the street. So that's the wrong mentality of that local guys who do not have got work in their life except to look at the other girls. So in conclusion, I want you to think. Imagine a world without women. Would you be there without women? Will India be the same if women will not be there? So that's it. Thank you so much.
Right, this was lovely listening all of you right there, and everybody came, spoke something, shared their opinion. That's lovely. I want everybody to stand up. See, speaking might have told you, might have involved you in such a better atmosphere where you might have realized कि यार मेरे अंदर ना ये कमियां हैं. I was shivering speaking. I was hesitated. I was blank. I have not been able to speak in a proper way. This video is going to soon, like this video is soon going to upload it on the YouTube page, and I want each one of you to listen to this and find out their mistakes.